Jai Sriman Narayana. So, as it is said in the earlier classes, even now, as everybody says, as even Buddha said, desire is the root cause for all miseries. So, by nature, we are happy. Just travel back to the times of childhood. How happy we were. Always playing. When we feel hungry, cry. Mother feeds. Again keep playing. Correct? But now as we grow and as we have developed that I, me concept, the problems crept in. Greater the I thought, proportionately greater the problems or attachments. Lesser it is, even the problems are lesser. This is very clear and evident with our experiences also. At times we are so mundane that we don't even know and we are not even aware that we are in a misery, that we are in a pain. A lot of people. It's something like a dog. Just we throw an artificial bone, a plastic bone to a dog, and a dog starts to chew the bone, and the plastic somewhere, imagine it breaks, it cuts, and it pokes into its jaw and it starts to bleed inside. And the dog, unknowing that it is bleeding, it starts to enjoy its own blood, thinking that it is coming from the bone. So similarly, this dukkhalaya, this problems that are coming, unaware that the desire is the root cause, and we keep on striving, running towards it, temporarily fulfill it, and again go further. As it is said in the previous verses, it says we have to put an end to desire. In fact, Krishna says very clearly, very strong, he says, kill it. In fact, after listening to that talk, at the Q&A session, a person was asking, Swamiji, why can't we cajole and speak in sweet words and try to negate it? It will not work that way, my dear friend. Just imagine there's a small child sitting there and doing some mischief, and you say, Putta, don't do that. Kanna, don't do that. Chinna, don't do that. Will they listen? On the contrary, they try to do more. You say don't touch, it touches more. You say don't go there, they go there. Similarly is our mind. If you say soft, it will not listen, it goes behind the world of objects, thinking that it gives pleasure. Okay? Then why not we feed it to that extent that gets vexed with it is the question. That was a nice question, good one. In fact, even it made my mind to work, to think. In fact, this reminds me of some incidents which happened a couple of decades back. There was a youth seminar, and a youth seminar on the same topic, a great renowned Swamiji was speaking about which is more challenging to satisfy the desire. And in that particular context, you see, there was a question to the audience saying that, just imagine that you like something and how much you can consume. And he said that just imagine that Swamiji is from Bengal, and he said, just imagine that there is Rasagulla, which is your favorite sweet, imagine. All Bengalis, most of them, not only Bengalis, even to be very female, I too like Rasagullas. And especially with certain thing, I'll not go into details of Rasagullas now. So if there is a Rasagula, how many you can eat? Then from the crowd, you just raised his hand and he said, I can eat n number of Rasagullas, Swamiji. There's no way. Then the Swami said, yes, okay, is it so? We left it and the workshop and discussion continued, and it was what you call the lunch time, and all the youth, they went to their what you call Annapurna Kshetra, where the prasadam is served. They went there, and Swamiji went to his place. Swamiji, they sit in different place to have. And Swamiji sends a word through a volunteer to that boy who rose his hand saying that he can eat n number of rasagullas. That boy came and Swamiji said, please be seated. And he felt so privileged to be with the Swamijis for lunch. And a plantain leaf was served, and all these Swamijis, they were being served all food items, but this boy's leaf was empty. And finally a pot comes in front of him. Two pots, one pot consisting of 20 rasagullas with jaggery syrup, and a second pot consisting of 20 rasagullas compromising of sugar syrup. And each rasagulla was of the size of a tennis ball, or a bit smaller, if not exactly a tennis ball. And Swamiji said, for you, no food today, you like rasagullas, you can eat n number of rasagullas, consume. Being a youth, unable to know the capacities and capabilities of human mind and tongue, he started to gobble. 2 rasagullas went in very easily. 3rd and 4th also went in. 5th and 6th with a little bit of difficulty. And 7th and 8th, okay, with force. 10th, it was it, end of it. So first pot itself is not complete. And Swami said, what happened? Eat. He said, you can eat n number of things. So, with this particular analogy, if you say that I feed to that extent where we get vexed, I tell you, it is only temporarily. Again, after some time, again you feel like eating. Yes, sir, but one stretches, it puts a comma, not a full stop. It puts a full stop. Then the problem is solved. But here it's only a comma. Then with great difficulty, Swamiji threatened showing a stick. Say, eat. How can he eat? 2 volunteers came, pushed 2 rasagullas into his mouth and poked it with a stick so that it could go inside. Yes. So like that, 20 rasagullas, one pot is over, and then, it is done. But the second pot is still untouched. He said, enough of enough. And this boy, after that, it so happened that he has given up rasagullas. Yes, that is a very tougher method. The other example that I can quote is a person suffering from jaundice. He is supposed to eat only radish for 6 months. After 6 months, he feels so withered through in his life, again he will not touch radish, because whenever he says hungry, radish was served. Early morning, breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, radish with raita, radish with honey. It gets fixed. But that is a harder method. Very hard. The best method is clear knowledge that this doesn't give eternal, permanent, true happiness. True happiness lies in me, and I, or the me that we refer to, is not this particular body, mind and intellect, but I am different from it. Problem solved. The clearer the understanding that we are not the body and I am the Atman, Aham Brahmasmi, the stronger the concept, it's settled. the lesser the desires. Therefore, 2-3 days back, we were speaking about that. Knowing the Atman as superior to internal, restraining the mind by the self, the enemy. Who is our enemy? The desire just falls top. Once it falls in with such a great force that it can never rise again. Clear understanding, Amma. Just saying or taking a rosary, mala, and chanting aloud or internally, I am Atman, I am Atman, I am Atman, I am Atman, it doesn't help, my dear friends. It is not a japa to be done. Aham Brahmasmi. It is a clear understanding that comes with knowledge that we are not this. Problem solved in a jiffy. Till that knowledge dawns, we are here. So all our practice is to know that I am, just full stop. So just close your eyes and just see who you are in true self without the adjectives. Just observe there. Be there. Just there without adjectives. Fully awakened. Not going to sleep or stupor. No. Just be there. So with this I conclude today's. Thanks for being with me. Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru.